Everyone, at 6:04 PM, I call the meeting to order. Okay. So I'll give it to Lindsay for roll call.
Commissioner Sue, Commissioner Prakash.
Here.
Commissioner Lau.
Here.
Commissioner Kumar.
Here.
Commissioner Halambi.
Here.
Commissioner Gao.
Here.
Commissioner Deschmok. Vice Chair Liu.
Here.
Chair Mizra.
Here.
All present.
Okay, so moving on to ceremonial matters and presentations. First, we have the Youth and Young Adult Leadership Workshop. And the recommended action is to receive a presentation on the Youth and Young Adult Leadership Workshop from Renee Song.
Hi, Commissioners. My name is Renee Fong. I am from the Santa Clara County Supervisor Margaret Abe Koga's office, and I wanted to share an opportunity for all of you in that the county is hosting a Women's Leadership and Policy Summit on October 18th. So that's about 2 weeks from now. We're doing this in partnership with San Jose State University and the Valley Health Foundation. So we've done this for about 8 years now, and it's a chance to bring together community leaders and as well as youth advocates together to discuss gender equity in our community, and just get a chance to do some mentorship programs, that sort of thing. So we host a bunch of workshops during the summit, and one of them will be the Youth and Young Adult Leadership Workshop, where we have an all-youth panel who has been planning this workshop for a couple of months now. So we're really excited to have that and to invite all the youth in our community, which is why we've been reaching out to teen commissions like yours to invite you to have the chance to participate and engage and share your experiences as leaders in the community. So we're really interested in inviting other youth to participate and engage in civic advocacy. And we really want to have the opportunity to share experiences and have the panelists, be encouraged by seeing other youth, just who are out there, trying to participate in government or even in just the issues that they're passionate about. We have almost reached capacity for the summit. So if you are interested in attending, please feel free to RSVP at the link on the graphic. If you have any issues with that, you can either email the Lee, whose email will be on the flyer, or let Sonia know, and she can let me know so I can just make sure you're all signed up. We're really excited for the summit. It's been really successful, and we have over 1,000 RCPs so far. So very excited for that. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share it with you.
Thank you, Renee. So do the commissioners have any clarifying questions about this?
Oh, is it online or in person?
It will be in person at San Jose State University.
Any other questions from the commissioners? Okay,
Renee, did you have the flyer? Did you want to share the flyer?
Sure, I can bring that up now.
Possibly in your agenda packets, but
I
Yes.
think no.
So this is the general summit flyer. As you can see, there's the RSVP and then a couple of the workshops. So there'll be like headshots being done, mentorship programs started, and other workshops. And then this is the graphic for specifically the Youth and Young Adult Leadership Workshop, which will be in the morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I believe it was attached to the agenda as well.
Perfect. If there's no more questions from the commissioners, Lindsay, is there any public comment online?
We have no public comment, Chair.
Okay, and there seems to be no public comment in person either. Are there any final comments from the commissioners? Okay, in that case, thank you so much, Renee, for the presentation. We can move on to our next matter, which is the subject is community outreach and marketing, and the recommended action is receiving a presentation on community outreach and marketing from Communications and Marketing Coordinator Branton Kurt.
Hello, give me 1 second. I'm having some issues with my video. Oh. And There we go. Okay, I think that's working. Okay, so let me just share my presentation and then we can go ahead and get started here. Okay. Okay, so good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. I'm here to present the marketing strategies, guidelines, and policies used by Cupertino Parks and Recreation Department. So first, we'll go ahead and start with marketing and public communication. So the recreation schedule. So the Cupertino Parks and Recreation schedule serves as the cornerstone of our marketing efforts. Published quarterly, it highlights a wide range of classes, programs, and events, and is distributed over 2,300 residential addresses in Cupertino via direct mail. In addition to the printed version, the schedule also is available as an interactive digital brochure featured in every Parks and Recreation email. Each digital edition averages over 30,000 views, with users spending nearly 6 minutes on average engaging with the content. Next, we have display marketing. So to amplify the visibility of key programs and events, we use a variety of display marketing methods. We leverage the city's internal TV screens in high traffic areas like City Hall and Quinlan Community Center and Community Hall to showcase upcoming programs. These digital displays feature rotating messages that is updated regularly to highlight the most current offerings and events. We also deploy banners, A-frame signs, posters, and strategic locations throughout the city facilities and parks. Many of these materials include QR codes allowing community members to easily access registration pages or event information from their phones. Then next we got social media. So social media continues to be a powerful tool for municipal outreach. We maintain an active presence across multiple platforms, operating 2 Facebook pages, one for the entire Parks and Recreation Department and another dedicated to McClellan Ranch Preserve. These serve as primary channels for sharing program updates, event information, and community highlights. Additionally, we share Parks and Recreation stories through the city's Instagram account as well as on X and Nextdoor. We also run targeted paid social media ads to increase visibility of services, programs, and events. In 2024, the Parks and Recreation Facebook page reached nearly 134,000 individuals, which was nearly a 40% increase over 2023. Email and outreach. Email marketing continues to be one of our most effective and indispensable tools. Its adaptability, direct reach, and cost effectiveness keeps it highly relevant and consistently delivers some of our highest conversion rates across all of our outreach channels. Currently, we send 2 monthly e-newsletters, one focused on general Parks and Recreation updates, and another one specifically for Cupertino Senior Center members. These monthly e-newsletters are used to promote events and highlight key programs. In addition to the 2 monthly e-newsletters, we also send targeted emails to specific groups. For example, we use our teen focus list to promote programs that are teen specific, such as Leaders in Training, Recreation Event Volunteers, Teen Movie Nights, Hack Cupertino, among others. And then our website. So on Monday, December 16, 2024, the city launched a new website, providing an excellent opportunity for Parks and Rec Department to improve our website, our web presence. The redesign focus on enhancing the look and making our pages more intuitive and better organized, helping community members find activities, events, and services more easily. Since the launch, Parks and Recreation pages consistently rank among the top 20 most visited pages on the site, with 13 of those top pages belonging in Parks and Rec. This underscores how vital these pages are for community engagement. Our team pages highlight teen volunteer opportunities, upcoming events, and the Teen Commission. And then repeat customers. So retaining customers is a cornerstone of long-term success, and there's no better endorsement than a satisfied community member. Happy customers become enthusiastic advocates, sharing their positive experience with friends and family, which naturally expands our reach and strengthens community ties. Between 2022 and 2023, Cupertino Parks and Recreation saw 48% of customers participating in multiple classes, events, or programs. To put that in context, the National Recreation and Parks Association repeat participation metric says that any organization between 30 and 50 is is achieving at a like good to excellent rate, and we're on the higher end of that. So you can definitely say our retention is excellent. And then before we move on to communication guidelines and policies, I'd like to hear from you. When it comes to teen programs, events, how do you usually find out about them? What works best at getting your and your peers' attention?
Sure. Brandon, with some feedback. For me, I find the newsletter, the Teen Focus newsletter, to be very informative. And also being involved with the city of Cupertino just gives me some extra exposure, but I know for a lot of my peers, the newsletter is a great source to find out what is going on in terms of events. Are there any other feedback points from?
I go jogging in McClellan Ranch, so the signs there are where I get a lot of information. The Parks and Recreation schedule that's sent out, I browse through that whenever I can.
Okay, great. Is there any other ones, or are you ready to move on?
Sure, Prakash.
For me, the electronic signs are like pretty useful, like I always drive past those, but you know, it's happening.
Can you hear that, Brenton?
No, I missed part of that. I heard
They
electronic
definitely pick up
signs.
A little bit. We have some pretty good speakers or microphones, and so they're good, but they're not great. So you guys have to speak up quite a bit more, everybody.
There's one right there, so project. Kind of.
Oh, so like, the electronic signs, they're like pretty useful for me, cause like I always get to see the electronic signs when I'm driving by places.
Okay, when you say electronic signs, are you thinking like the electronic sign that's outside like the sports center? Or are you thinking like the TVs that are in the facilities, or both?
Like both.
Okay.
I prefer social media because I think it's easier for me to get the information there and it's like easier to share in my.
Yeah, I'd really like to agree because I think with social media, it really helps like state like the main points. It's really concise for a lot of like the youths to easily like grab, understand what's going on. And also it's like a lot of us are very active on social media, so there's like a higher chance of us like actually going through it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I think that's all the feedback we have right now.
Okay, great. So we'll go ahead and move on to communication guidelines and policies. So as part of your agenda packet, you received 3 key communication tools from the city of Cupertino. This is the brand guidelines, the style guidelines, and our social media policy. These documents are essential for understanding how the city maintains a consistent professional image in its communications with residents and community members. So I encourage you guys to review each document closely and read through them so you guys get a grasp of those 3 documents. So first, we'll start with the brand guidelines. So our brand guidelines, to give you a brief overview of it, identifies how the city visually represents itself. This includes a color palette, typography, and proper logo usage. By following these guidelines, we ensure that all communication all communication from the city maintains a consistent identity, giving our materials a cohesive look and feel. This consistently helps community members quickly and easily recognize official City of Cupertino communications across whatever platform they're seeing that document from. And then we got the city style guide. So the city style guide defines how the city sounds in its communications. It ensures consistency in grammar, punctuation, spelling across all publications, and covers key elements like clear writing, inclusive language, and proper grammar. By adhering to this guideline, we maintain a unified voice regardless of who's delivering the message in the city. And then we've got our social media policy. So this style guideline should be applied whenever wait, sorry, Sorry, I got messed up. So when should you apply these two guidelines? So the style guide and the brand guidelines. So these should be applied whenever composing official communication on behalf of the city. This includes like flyers, emails, social media posts. So anything that you're communicating to the public through an official city channel. And then lastly, we have our social media policy. So the city manages its social media platform as a public service to share information and tell the city's story. These accounts post about events, community highlights, public meetings, photos, surveys, and more. Our approach is platform specific. So what might work on Facebook or Instagram might not be suitable for X or Nextdoor, which is why sometimes you see certain posts on just some platforms and not others. Sometimes it's on all of them. For each post or campaign, we carefully consider the goal of the goal and the target audience to determine what the best platforms are. Okay, and let's see. So the city of Cupertino's official social media platforms include Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, Nextdoor, and Yelp. As team commissioners, it's important to remember that you represent the city, so be mindful of this when you're using social media. Any official communication on behalf of the city, whether it's an email to the city's teen subscribers or a post about an upcoming initiative on Instagram, must be reviewed and approved by staff. This ensures that all messaging is consistent in both appearance and tone, maintaining the city's professional image and clear communication. Okay, and that concludes my presentation.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Do the commissioners have any clarifying questions? Okay, there's no public comment in person. Lindsay, is there any online public comment?
We have no public comment online.
Great. Are there any final comments from the commission? I just want to quickly echo what Commissioners Kumar and Halambi said about social media. It's a lot faster for, I think, our age group to see things if they're on Instagram, and it's a lot easier to share it with our friends as well. So that's definitely one of the best methods for students in the community.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Oh, thank you.
I would reiterate Instagram.
Sure, yeah. Just reiterating that Instagram specifically is the most popular one. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for the presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we can move on to our third item, which is cybersecurity, and the recommended action is to receive a presentation on cybersecurity from Innovation Technology Manager Tommy Yu.
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, Commissioners. So my name is Tommy Yu. I'm the IT Manager for City of Cupertino, specifically the Infrastructure Division. So my team is responsible for the cybersecurity for the entire city. But I'm here tonight because October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. I'm here to just do a short presentation on kind of some security tips and reminders, kind of a little bit more maybe helpful for teens and young adults, just things to be aware of. And we'll go ahead and get started. Quick look at our agenda, just kind of a good reminder of what good cyber hygiene is, what that looks like. I'll share some stats from the FBI as well as the FTC. So, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Federal Trade Commission, they kind of track a lot of cyber and online crimes. We'll go into a little bit some common scams targeting, young adults and teens, and as well as other age groups. Some tips of what you can, do today or tomorrow to start, help improve your security journey. And we'll kind of mention the city event is actually happening tomorrow. We have a cybersecurity public awareness event, and then we're happy to take any questions after. So a quick reminder of cyber hygiene. Hygiene as personal hygiene, right? You're brushing your teeth, taking a shower. So what does that mean in cybersecurity context? So we'll recap on that. It's more, again, being safe on your online activities. So having strong passwords to your accounts, having 12 or more characters, kind of using passphrases to help you remember what they are, the longer the better. And setting up multi-factor authentication or two-factor on all your accounts if it's available. So it could be your banking accounts, your social media accounts, email, making sure that's all set up. So, and as well as keeping all your devices up to date. So IoT, Internet of Things. So that's any kind of smart device that connects to your home Wi-Fi, internet. So it could be a smart fridge or, say a doorbell, security camera, your cell phone, your tablets, computers, routers, etc. A lot of times you might see a message that's maybe nagging you to, hey, it's time for an update, there's a new firmware. So don't, ignore those, make sure those up to date, because that's one way how a lot of, bad actors get into breaches and security risks. Just keeping all your devices that you use in your home and your personal life, make sure those are up to date. As always, look out for phishing emails and scams. There's more and more coming in, different types of tactics. Just got to be very careful on that. And of course, on your personal computers, keeping your antivirus, anti-malware software up to date. And really only install software from trusted sites. So I could include, like games, right? Applications, and a lot of popular platforms like Steam and other places, like from the official sites versus downloading from some random website, maybe a game or application. Just be really careful of where you're getting that from. So that's kind of, again, the quick recap on cyber hygiene and best practices for what you can do. All right, so this here so the FBI releases a report every year called the IC3 report, which is the Internet Crime Complaint Center. So this views of stats from 2024. You can see kind of different categories of online crimes and how much loss has been reported. You'll see kind of the big ones there, like investments, business email compromise, tech support scams. That's still a big thing. Someone pretending to be, hey, this is Microsoft. We detected the virus on your computer. Can you go to this, email we sent you, click on this link, basically you're giving them access to your computer. So don't ignore all those calls, they're not real. But again, you have to remind people because it keeps happening, people keep falling for that. You'll see a lot of categories here. We'll talk a little bit about some of it coming up and that's happening, and maybe some that are more prevalent on young adults. But again, these are only the reported crimes to the FBI. So think about all the crimes that are not reported, right? Someone got scammed, either because they're either, they don't want to make a big deal about it, they're embarrassed, they just don't want to report it, right? So these numbers are actually lower in real life. These are really underreported. But there's definitely a lot of scams and crimes going out there. And a lot of the times they involve crypto. So one big telltale sign it's possible scam that involves crypto. Be very careful about that. So I'll move on here. So these are stats from the Federal Trade Commission. In 2024, they had about 2.6 million fraud reports, reported about $12.5 billion reported loss. More than 1 in 3 people who report a scam also lost money. So what's kind of alarming is they're looking at younger people reporting using money more often to fraud than older people. So you see at least the 20 to 29-year-olds, 44% versus 24% for 70 to 79-year-olds. So the amount of money might be lower, per person for young adults, but the volume it's increasing as people utilize the internet and different avenues there. And then job scams, we'll talk a little bit through that briefly, but that's capping more as well and use some more details there. But yeah, just again, kind of stats that we're getting from the FTC. So I'm going to go really quickly on some common scams, especially for relevant teens and young adults who are entering the workforce, getting jobs. So one thing to look out for is fake jobs. What that really is you found this great opportunity maybe online, you kind of go through an interview, but the interview is through text message. It's not in person, it's not video chat, it's just through WhatsApp or some text message. So that's the first telltale sign, that's a scam. Like real companies don't have interviews through text message or through a texting app. Those are all pretty much scams. They might ask you, hey, you got the job, I need your banking information now. So that's other signs. Really, if the offer sounds too good to be true, oh, it's all online, I got the job, I just need to, work remotely from home. It's, kind of be suspicious and ask those questions, right? How legit is this? Other things, parts of this is they might require you to buy a computer. Oh, hey, you got the job, we're going to send you a check for $2,000. You need to buy a computer for a job. But what happens is that check is fake. It's going to bounce. They make you go to some, basically a fake website to buy a computer that will never come. So be really careful about that. Usually, most legit companies are not going to ask you to buy a company and get reimbursed through a check. So one thing to look at for. Overpayment scam, like if you're selling an item online through the app or Facebook Marketplace, other places, a lot of times what happens, these scams where say you're selling something for like, say $50 and they overpay and give you $100. They said, oh, whoops, I sent you too much. Can you send me $50 back? So that, really that money they sent you initially was probably from a stolen credit card. It's gonna be clawed back eventually. So if you said, oh, you gave me too much money, I'm gonna send $50 from your bank account, your $50 is gone. And $100 that came to your account, that's gonna be gone too. So you're out $50. So really look out for those. That's happening a lot. People think, oh, they just made a mistake. They sent you too much money and you send some money back. Don't do that. You're not gonna get your money back. So if there's any kind of disputes, let the bank or the app handle it. So like, like Cash App, Venmo, any of those apps, just don't send money and send money back as a refund or excess amount. If you want to highlight the wrong number, you'll probably see this a lot. I'll have a screenshot in my next slide, but a lot of times they'll say, hey, is this Tom or Annie? And it's the wrong number, right? And you tell them, oh, you got the wrong number. And then they try to strike the conversation. They're trying to get your confidence and try and be friends, but ends up usually becoming like an investment fraud with crypto. Like, hey, I can help you make money or something. So really just don't respond to these texts. It's really spam. Blackmail email, this really goes into a lot of like also like sex extortions, happening a lot more with young adults as well. So this really what happens is you might get an email and their computer's infected, there's some malware, they have some videos or pictures of you that are compromising and they want you to pay a ransom, otherwise they're gonna release it to their friends and family. So again, a lot of these are fake. What they do is they send to thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. They just need one person to reply back and get scared and get in crypto. They'll send you like a link, to Bitcoin and pay to send your wallet. So really just ignore these emails and block them. They're pretty much all fake and scams. They're just really a numbers game. Just really quickly here. So maybe hard to see, but common text you might have seen like a toll scam. If you just cross a bridge, like you may get a text from like Fast Track saying, hey, you didn't pay your toll or had a toll violation. But same thing, they're just they have a database of numbers, they're spamming thousands of people. And just so happens if some of these people just cross the bridge at the same time, they think, oh, it's real, I just crossed the bridge, they got me. But you have to pay attention, look for the number, where it's coming from, the link, it's likely very shady, right? It's not done, but people still fall for them because they think the timing, it must be legit because I just crossed the bridge. It's a real violation. So beware of those. Again, you've probably seen a lot of these like fake fraud alerts from bank, from Citibank, Chase. There's unusual activity. Click on this link. So again, if there's any doubt, call the number in the back of your car. Don't respond back to any emails or texts about any potential issues on your cards or accounts. And I mentioned earlier the wrong numbers. You'll see here, there's kind of wrong number, but they're trying to start a conversation. Other ones are like fake deliveries, UPS, USPS, FedEx. Oh, you got a package, something's wrong. You bought something, you think it's related to that, but it's not. It's fake. So again, just kind of a quick reminder of a lot of different texts you probably have seen from your phone. So basically just ignore it. Don't even respond. Some people like responding. They think it's fun. They think they can, it's entertaining. But the problem is I wouldn't recommend doing that because once you respond back, they know, oh, this person responds, it's a real person. Your number gets shared to the other scammers. They're going to get more text and spam. So the best thing you can do is just ignore, block, delete. Don't engage with these people, even if you think it's for fun or I won't get tricked or scammed, because there have been cases where people think like that, but over time, because of how the conversation is going, people are human, they get lonely, they think it's fun and they get tricked eventually. So really just don't even start in first place. You may have seen this, hopefully everyone knows who Brad Pitt is. If you don't know, he's a famous movie star, at least more in the past decades, but there was a story, quick summary, earlier this year in January, a lady in France got scammed. It's what's called a romance scam. She thought she was in a relationship with Brad Pitt. She ended up sending over a total of 800,000 euros to him, which is almost $1 million in US. So, he's basically, long story short, he was in the hospital. He's going through a bitter divorce with Angelina Jolie. He needs money. And this lady believed him and sent him money. And you'll see a lot of these pictures that he sent her. These are all AI generated. So be very careful, as you're, over time and get into relationships and talking to people online, etc. There's a lot of scammers out there. Way back in the day, like to prove you're real, hold a sign of, hey, like it says here, and I love you. Like people are writing, like, prove it's you, write this message and show it to me. but it's easily done with AI, right, or Photoshop. So just, you can see it's, some of it, some people might say this is obviously fake, but not to everyone, it's not obvious, right? They get tricked. So again, kind of these romance scams, relationship scams, the top signs, they'll claim that the webcam is broken, they can never do a video chat with you. They'll make plans to meet up with you in person, but they cancel last minute. They'll say they need money for a plane ticket or need to go to the hospital. And really what they do is isolate you from friends and family. They say, oh, like they don't want you to tell anyone about your relationship that you're talking to them, because obviously if you tell someone, they might tell, hey, this is a scam, stop talking to this person. So again, just be really careful and really just, best to try not to be in this situation. But again, these are kind of the signs. And again, we're bringing it up because this happens to, people, teens, young adults, older adults, all ages. So just be very careful. So it's kind of finishing up near the end of my slides here. Some of the top tips of what you can do today. So as mentioned earlier, if you have an online account, if there's an option to set up 2FA, multi-factor authentication, like do it. Don't wait till a data breach. You've seen the news a lot of times where, oh, it's been a data breach at whatever company, you gotta change your password. But sometimes if you go change your password, you didn't have 2FA set up, you can't even log in because someone already got into your account because your password's out there. If you didn't have 2FA, they changed it. They have access to whatever account it is. So better to set up beforehand, before the data breach. So if there is data breach, you don't have to worry as much. You just go in and change your password because it's unlikely someone was able to get it because you have two-factor on. Again, other things here like stop sharing your passwords. That's kind of less of an issue now. I know Netflix and Hulu have been cracking down on password sharing with friends and families, but really just in general, like don't share passwords because they might have billing information on there, and your address. If there's a credit card on file, either yours or parents or family members, like just don't do it. Again, if something sounds too good to be true, it's probably scam. There's this concept in IT security called zero trust. It's really basically saying like never trust, always verify. So you just have to kind of be more, suspicious and questioning in nature, especially when it comes to online security, because that's really affects you personally. And then kind of relevant for for everyone really, but for young adults, like really limit what information you post on social media. Really think about what you're posting is appropriate. I want a quick example. Some young adult, they were excited about going to Paris for the first time. They posted a picture, a selfie of themselves in the boarding pass. So not a great idea because their last name's on it, their reservation number on it. So if your reservation number and your last name, anyone can log into the airline and go mess with your reservation. Cancel a flight, they can upgrade your first class, your credit card on file gets charged. So just really think about like what you're posting on the social media, what in the pictures, any kind of personal identifying information that you don't want out there. Because again, this happens, continues to happen every day. That's why we kind of, from security side, we keep re-emphasizing these points. And going back to earlier about, obviously pictures and videos, just be very careful about what you post and who you share it with, because what you put on the internet is gonna be there forever. It's very hard to remove that. And some last recommendations: be educated on the common scams. One thing I follow is, a lot of people follow Reddit, like r scams. Like over every day, like following people post like some story. Hey, is this a scam? And this pretty much, yes, it's 99% is a scam. It's one of the top 10 scams that happen. So really just kind of get educated. There's different sites, YouTube, different security blogs, and just kind of keep up to date on that. And really what we ask is, for you and your families, your parents and grandparents, really help educate them. Because, although I talked about earlier, like the younger adults and teens, it's, they're getting falling more and more victims to scams, but it's still a lot of money is on the older adults, right? So the grandparents and scams, if you hear something, they're talking about something, maybe you have a grandparent or in a relationship with someone they met online and they say some of these suspicious, signs that we kind of shared, but maybe look into it more and talk to them and kind of make sure everything's okay. And the last tip here is just really think about your passwords you have for all your accounts. If you figure it's kind of like too short, too simple, maybe consider changing them, making it a little bit stronger. Just kind of help, again, going back to that cyber hygiene. And rather close up with this event. We do have an event tomorrow night. I know Commissioner Kumar is helping out tomorrow night with that, and we have a great panel. I know a commissioner had come a couple of meetings ago to kind of advertise the event, so just kind of last minute plug for tomorrow night from 6 to 8. It will also be streamed on YouTube. So we have great panelists, a lot of cybersecurity questions. So if you're able to come in person, you can ask them questions after the panel, and it'll be a great event. So just kind of want to share that. And with that, I'm going to presentation.
So much for the presentation. Are there any questions from the commission?
I just wanted to mention, like, thank you very much for the presentation, and basically, like, I was also like helping with the outreach and stuff. And I also like contacted like some of the team commissioners as well if they wanted to volunteer, and I know Vinay wanted to volunteer, but I don't think he received the waiver. So is it possible if
Oh, we can follow up and make sure that's taken care of. Yeah, sure.
Any other questions? Okay, if
Thank you.
there's no more questions, there's no public comment in person. Is there any online public comment?
We have no online.
Are there any final comments from the commission? Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you, everyone.
Our next agenda item is the approval of minutes from our September 10 meeting. And the recommended action is to review and approve the minutes from the team commission meeting on September. So we can take a few minutes to read.
she can take surveillance about time?
Pardon, I can't hear you.
And should we text our friends about what time we will end? 'Cause-
Yeah, I was gonna do that right. If you're done reading, you can do it now. We'll probably only be about 20 more minutes. Most 15, 20. Yeah, when they're on. Just.
Well, if the commissioners are done reading, let's wait a moment, this actually. Okay, looks like everyone's finished reading. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes? Is there a second?
Second.
Over to Lindsay for the vote.
Commissioner Sue,
Oh, yes.
Commissioner Prakash,
Yes.
Commissioner Lau, Commissioner Kumar,
Yes.
Commissioner Halambi,
Yes.
Commissioner Gao,
Yes.
Commissioner Deshma, Vice Chair Liu,
Yes.
Chair Misra.
Yes.
The motion carries unanimously.
Great. If anyone else needs to text their parents for.
That's fine, we can take a minute. Anybody else need the time to text their parents? Only about 10, 15, honestly, now.
Our item is, there's no. Yeah, and are there any oral?
There are no oral communications, Chair.
Okay. There is no old business. We do have item new business. The subject is the confirmation of team commission by upcoming events and the recommended actions as that team commissioners will take a statement for fiscal year 2025 to 2026.
Welcome to me. Good evening, commissioners. So we just wanted to agendize this so that we could go over what Robert Hoffman has collected from you, just to make sure that we have it correct. So for Monster Mash, it will be co-MCs. So we have Harley and Brianna are going to be our co-MCs. You guys will be on the mic all night, kind of making it fun. Just making announcements when things like trick or treating start, or come on over and see this game. And you can feel free if you would like to dress up. You don't have to, but you can dress up. Just keep it not too scary if you do dress up. Okay, for the teen speaker series, for the let's see if you put college planning on November 1st, Sameda is going to be the MC, or I guess like the host of the show, but probably like an MC. And then for November 6th, it will be, do I have the dates wrong here?
I think that's Parks and Rec meeting, right?
Oh, sorry, yes. So Parks and Recreation, sorry, let me do this teen speaker series all together first. So the first one's Maida. Then the second speaker series is on November 15th, and on November 15th, that will be financial literacy, and that will be Harley will be the MC. And then on November 22nd, it will be tech careers, and that will be Smeda again as the MC. So also just to mention about the teen speaker series, those were rated by the teen commission. And so Robert is just really trying to respond on those to what you felt was were important topics for the teen speaker series. And then back to November 15th, November 6th, and that's the Parks and Recreation Commission. And Anushri will be representing the Teen Commission in the presentation to the Parks and Recreation Commission about all of our teen programs. So it will be Teen Commission, Youth Activity Board, Leaders in Training, and Recreation Event Volunteers, or REV. So we'll have representatives from each of those areas. And okay, moving on, in January, Anushri will be the moderator for the spelling bee. That's the big one. It's a lot. And I know a couple of you have already participated. Then Sameda, Brianna, and Chelsea are all signed up to be judges for that event. Are you looking like, no, you can't? Okay.
Sorry. I think, because I think, for FBLA, I wanted to hold an event on that day, so I don't want to double book up or something.
Okay. Is anybody else interested in being a judge? Renee, okay. I will pass that along to Robert and he'll contact you. Okay. It's okay. Open it up to some new people. And then Robert hasn't put this one out yet, but I just wanted to get a show of hands on who will be interested for Big Bunny 5K. That's another big one. Okay, so we might have to kind of think about how we approach that, because it looks like about half of you are interested, and it is, it's fun and it's big. You're speaking to a lot of people. It's a long time on the mic, so definitely I'll figure out something with Robert to figure out how we're gonna like put that out there. I just wanted to see initial interest. But definitely you should feel very, very comfortable speaking on the microphone, because it's all morning. Basically, it's from the start of the race, before the start of the race, You're making announcements to count down of what they need to be considering, calling them out to the street, starting the race, cheering the racers in, all the way to the last racer that comes in. And then after just a super brief pause, then you're doing the award ceremony, and the award ceremony's a lot too, because it's announcing everybody correctly and getting them the right medals. So it's a big job. But good to know that we have about half of you that are interested. So I just wanted to check in on that, and we'll figure out how we're gonna choose who's gonna do that this year. We can definitely do co-chairs. I'm not sure if we would want to go more than two, because it can get kind of confusing with more than two. Okay, all right, that's it for following up on that, except for we still have more to the agenda. Don't get too excited there, huh? Okay.
Thank you, Sonia, for that presentation. Let's give her all a round of applause. So do the commissioners have any clarifying questions about this? Okay, there's no in-person public comment. Is there any online public comment?
We have no online public comment, Chair.
Are there any final comments from the commission?
Well, for the speakers series, I know that's in like maybe like a couple weeks. What do you know when we'll be getting emails about more specific what we need to do, like specific timings, etc.?
And so because I see you're on November 1st, probably by like next week, Robert will probably start reaching out to you, because it will be very scripted of what you need to do. And so you should plan, if you are an MC for one of those, you'll have a script to go off of the entire time. So don't be nervous about it, but he will work with you to make sure that you get to a final script on time for that.
Okay, sounds good. Thank
Yep.
Any other comments? Okay, there's no other comments. We can move on to staff and commission reports, and there are no staff and commission reports today. Are there?
Yes, there are.
Are there, is it?
Oh, sorry. I thought you would check in with me. Sorry. That's my
Okay,
bad.
never mind, we do have staff and commission reports today.
So I do have a staff report. So hello, commissioners, again. I just wanted to go over give you an update on a few past events, and then some upcoming events. So past events in the last couple of weeks, we had our preschool ice cream social on the September 25th. That was here in our main Quinlan community room, or Cupertino room. And we had like 90 attendees at the ice cream social, and that was just out of our preschool program. Then on September 26th, Friday, we had the movie Lilo and Stitch teen movie night. How many of you attended? Anybody? Bested. Okay, we had over 30 teens attend, with a really cute photo booth, and with a Polaroid camera and temporary Stitch tattoos. So they did a great job of decorating the room and making it a fun event. And then on October 4th, we had a Nalio Makapuni event in Cupertino, and it was a Hawaiian cultural event held by the Senior Center at Community Hall, and it was an inaugural event, but it was basically performer based with many known Hawaiian groups from the area. So it was open to everybody, but it was hosted by the Senior Center. Upcoming events, we have city-sponsored festivals coming up this weekend. We have Diwali, and that's hosted by the organizers are the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce. It's an annual Indian cultural festival, and again, that's this Saturday, specifically from 11 to 6 p.m. And it's here at Memorial Park. And then we have the Saturday and Sunday of October 18th and 19th, we'll have the Wafu School of Ikebana Flower Show, and that will be here at Quinlan Community Center using the entire building. It's a semi-annual, so every other year, Ikebana does the show here. It's actually very amazing. They have some really beautiful displays. And that's from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. here at Quinlan. Specific to Parks and Recreation events coming up, we have Hidden Treasures, which is a senior center division event. It's an annual event held on October 23rd this year. It's from 9 to 2 p.m. And all proceeds go to the Senior Center Stay Active Fund, which provides sponsorships for mentorships, classes, and programs. And so that's a great place. I know most of you will probably be in school, but if you're interested, or you know somebody in your family that might be interested, that can come down during the day. Time to find some really good deals on items, especially like holiday decorations or plates or jewelry, work jewelry. So tell them to say hi to me if you send somebody. Okay, Monster Mash. We all know about Monster Mash now because lots of you are going to be working, but that's going to be on Saturday, October 25th from 5 to 8 at Quinlan Community Center. In the back here, you can see it's already dark. It's getting dark earlier, but we light up the whole back. And so it makes it like a really fun atmosphere. And then the trick-or-treating through the building. Early bird registration is $17 for residents, $21 for non-residents, but after October 19th, the registration will move to $22 for residents and $26 for non-residents. And then lastly, we have the speaker series, which we just basically covered in going through your roles, but they're going to be Saturdays in November, and I've been asked to hand out the flyers, so you can just take a couple and pass them down. This would be a great opportunity for you to take some flyers and make sure that you are getting them out into the community, to your schools, really to help to promote these events that are available, free events that are available for teens in the community. And then we have on October 29th, the Crest Award Commissioners Dinner, and they're called officially, just read that, but it's the Community Service Awards. And all commissioners are invited. There's always a little bit of confusion. The commissioners that will be called up and receive a award or certificate for their service will be incoming commissioners and outgoing. So those that we just said goodbye to. So if you're a second term commissioner, you're still there, but when they call the commissioners, that's not you. So I just try to clarify that because it always causes a little bit of confusion. And that's from 5:30 to 7 p.m. here at Quinlan Community Center. And so that will be a fun celebration. Robert and I will both be in attendance, so we'll be there to say hi to you and whoever you might bring. If you haven't RSVP'd, but you're wanting to go, make sure you do RSVP because I think they just opened it up for everybody. Okay, and then the youth-led organization program. I just want to also put in a bid for all of you. Get out to your schools and to check in with some of the YLOs that are in your schools, in your community that we haven't heard from, because not only are you advisory, but it's also about getting the word out, hearing publicly through our meetings and through our city social media posts about those other resources that are available and really recognizing youth in the area that are doing amazing things for the community. So all of those things, that's part of your job is to get out there and help to promote it. And so I would love for all of you to think about what organizations that we haven't heard from that we could and invite them to apply. It's a super simple application. And then they come and they present. We do a quick evaluation of them, and if they pass your evaluation, they get that post on our citywide social media, which is pretty far-reaching, as you can see from the marketing presentation that we had. Okay, I think that was now my whole report for you. Yes, that's my fault.
Are there any clarifying questions from the commission? I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
First, for the Monster Mash, is there a specific age group for the demographic, like, or are there activities for like really tiny kids as well?
That's a really great question because we've just recently been talking about that. 2 and under is free if they're with a registered participant, and then the parents are free if they're with a registered participant. I think we say up to 2 adults with a registered participant. But the target for the crafts and the activities is that 3, so they can come 3 to 12, but I would say the target is like probably the like 4, 5, 6, and 7 is probably the perfect age for that event.
Got it. And then for the youth-led organization highlight program,
Mhm.
are commission members allowed to apply with their own bylaws?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you would just recuse yourself when we do the evaluation on the vote for that. So you for sure are able to do that.
Okay, great. Are there any other clarifying questions from the commission? Okay. There is no in-person public comment. Is there any online public comment?
We have no online public comment, Chair.
Thank you. Are there any final comments from the commission? Okay. In that case, we can move on to the next thing, which is future agenda setting. Is there anything?
There's nothing, I would take feedback. You as the chair can always give me separate feedback, but this would be the time that if anybody else has future agenda items that they would like to suggest, then this is the time to do it.
Great. Are there any suggestions from any of you? Okay. Okay, then in that case, we can move on to adjournment. At 7:01 PM, I adjourn this meeting.